history of the United States is a vast and complex tapestry that spans multiple centuries, encompassing indigenous cultures, European colonization, independence, expansion, civil conflict, and the development into a global power. Here's an overview. Before European settlers arrived, the land that would become the United States was inhabited by a diverse array of indigenous tribes. These Native American groups had rich and varied cultures, economies, and social structures. Some of the well-known tribes included the Iroquois, Sioux, Cherokee, and Navajo. They lived through hunting, agriculture, and trade, and had complex societies with intricate religious beliefs and traditions. The late 15th and early 16th centuries marked the beginning of European exploration of the Americas. Christopher Columbus's voyages in 1492 opened the door to the New World, leading to subsequent expeditions by Spain, France, England, and other European powers. The Spanish were among the first to establish a presence, founding St. Augustine, Florida, in 1565, the oldest permanent European settlement in the continental U.S. The English established their first permanent colony in Jamestown, Virginia, in 1607. The Pilgrims, seeking religious freedom, founded Plymouth Colony in 1620. Meanwhile, the French explorers were focusing on the interior of North America, along the Mississippi River and in Canada. This period was characterized by the complex interactions between European settlers and Native Americans. These interactions, sometimes cooperative but often conflictual, significantly impacted the indigenous populations through warfare, displacement, and disease. By the mid-18th century, the 13 British colonies in North America were flourishing economically but growing increasingly dissatisfied with British rule. Tensions rose due to issues like taxation without representation, leading to acts of protest and violence, such as the Boston Tea Party in 1773. The conflict escalated into the American Revolutionary War, 1775 to 1783, underpinned by a desire for independence. Key figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin emerged. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed, asserting the colony's right to self-governance. After a long war and the crucial support of France, the United States won its independence with the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783, establishing the nation's sovereignty. The Articles of Confederation, the first governing document, proved inadequate, leading to the Constitutional Convention in 1787. This resulted in the drafting of the U.S. Constitution, establishing a federal government with separate executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, were ratified in 1791, ensuring fundamental freedoms and rights to the states and individuals. The early years of the Republic were marked by debates over the balance of power between the federal and state governments, economic policy, and foreign affairs. Key events included the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, American independence. During the 19th century, the United States expanded its borders and grew economically and industrially, but faced considerable internal challenges. The concept of manifest destiny spurred American expansion westward, leading to the acquisition of new territories and conflicts with Native Americans, such as the Trail of Tears, as well as with European powers and Mexico. The Industrial Revolution took hold, leading to significant changes in technology, transportation, such as the railroads, and urbanization. The economy shifted from agrarian to industrial. An increasing divide over slavery developed between the northern and southern states. Key legislative attempts to address this divide included the Missouri Compromise and the Compromise of 1850, but tensions continued to rise. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 led to the secession of Southern states and the formation of the Confederacy. The resulting Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was the bloodiest conflict in U.S. history, ending with the defeat of the Confederacy and the abolition of slavery through the 13th Amendment. The Reconstruction era attempted to rebuild the South and integrate freed slaves into society. Despite the passage of the 14th and 15th Amendments, which granted citizenship and voting rights to African Americans, the period was plagued by racial violence and the rise of Jim Crow laws. The U.S. experienced rapid industrial growth, urbanization, and significant immigration. This period also saw the rise of big business and significant economic inequality.